At the end of the day, life is full of trial and error. And Theo Von said it best.
And all any of us are is just kids that are just getting older, and just trying our best in the world.
No one really has it all figured out. Yes, we do learn a lot of lessons and a lot of strategies and techniques along the way, but life is also unpredictable. Wedding filmmaking is unpredictable. So in the spirit of helping you avoid certain doom and those pitfalls that often plague many of us, here are 11 mistakes I hope I never make again. Number 1 is a doozy, and it's one that's really crippling and hard to just get out of. And that is trying to impress other filmmakers. I chased down acceptance from my peers early on, and it left me feeling absolutely miserable about even being a wedding filmmaker, if I even wanted to continue down this path. And I still struggle with creating films to impress other people. Even though I've gotten a lot better at simply distancing myself from that negative habit. Unfortunately, acceptance and validation is a drug that just completely devoids you of joy and fulfillment. It's a short-term gain, but a long-term loss. So to that, do your best to focus on serving other people over selfish ambitions. Number 2 is trying to scale way too quickly. Now, in the beginning, I was doing really well in my business, and I just wanted to get to the next level. I was really impatient. I wanted to grow a team. I wanted to build a business that was sustainable, but that also just met my couple's needs from both a photography standpoint and a video standpoint. So I started offering photography. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I ended up just elevating the amount of work that I had to get done in a given week. I burned out really fast. I burned a lot of bridges, and that was the 1 year that I actually got my first negative review. So then I said, absolutely not, never again. And I quit photography, and I just focused on offering video and just dialing that service in. So to that, I would say just be patient and let your business take the natural progression that it's on. Don't try to scale or grow too quickly, especially if you don't have a proper plan and system in place beforehand. Number 3 is worrying about the wrong things. I'd often worry during the portrait session that, I didn't get enough time because the couple wanted to go and hang out with their friends and family during cocktail hour. Or I'd worry that there's not enough emotion to really create a beautiful story here. Or I'd worry that the speeches were so bad that I don't know what I'm gonna do with this film. It's not gonna be any good. It's not gonna go on my website. I'm not gonna get any business anymore. Just focused on the wrong things. But the truth is, the day is not about you. It's about what you can create for someone else. And when you stop fixating on yourself, you open up your mind to create from a truly genuine place and from a very joyous place. Regardless of how your film turns out, your couple is gonna love it, and that's who you wanna make happy. Number 4 is neglecting client communications. Now, if you fail to set the expectation with your couple, this can potentially damage the trust and the overall client experience. We want to leave no questions unanswered and give the couple security and trust, knowing that you're going to take care of them and that there is a progression. They know what to expect. They know what's next. They know when their film is going to be delivered. And the best way to navigate this is to set up email automations through a customer relationship management system. I use Tave, but there's Honeybook, there's Dubsado. There's so many platforms that you can use to set this up so that it saves you so much time later. Simple emails that lead your couple and give them confidence in their decision truly makes all the difference. Number 5 is not charging for travel. If couples are hiring you for their wedding, it's a destination wedding, or if it's just 2-3 hours or more away from home, you should be charging for travel. That includes hotel, mileage, gas, food, because I'll be honest, all of this adds up really quickly. And honestly, it's really simple to navigate travel expenses for your business. You really just want to add up the cost it takes to travel to a certain venue, how much mileage, how much gas you're going to spend, the food, the lodging, all of that, and just bundle it into the total investment. This way, you can tell the couple that travel's included in the overall price, there's no hidden fees, and that is truly music to your couple's ears. Number 6 is neglecting audio. Now, in all of my mistake videos, I always throw in audio because I seriously think that it is the number one thing the #1 way to truly elevate your films to the next level and create professional quality wedding films. This is something I neglected early on. It's one of the worst mistakes that I've made, and I kicked myself for it because there were so many films, so many beautiful locations and couples and their story that could have been captured a lot better, and made me feel terrible that they chose me to capture it when I didn't really serve them in the way that they should have been served. So making sure that you have quality recorders at your disposal, you have backup recorders, you take audio very seriously. Take it more serious than your camera, than your lens. That's how serious I am about audio and how pivotal it is to creating beautiful films. #7 is procrastinating on deadlines. Now, I don't think it's a secret here, especially if you've been on this channel long enough. I am a classic procrastinator. I usually wait to the very last minute to get things done. It's a bad habit. I need to stop making it, because time management is not only incredibly important for your productivity, but your mental health as well. And when I procrastinate and I have to rush through a film, the anxiety alone is never worth it, but the end product suffers because of it. So the best approach to this is just to try to tackle your film piece by piece so that you don't rush, you don't have to spend an entire day knocking it out, and you can ensure that your film, the couple's wedding, gets treated in the way that it truly deserves. #8 is ignoring guest reactions on the wedding day. In my opinion, one of the biggest difference makers when creating an immersive wedding film truly lies in capturing the reactions versus the actual moment. Now, the moment's just as important, but the reactions, I don't know, I feel like they're just as important, if not a little bit more, especially from the couple's perspective, because they're in the moment, they're experiencing that themselves. But what they're not seeing is their family's reactions, their friends' reactions to that moment. Now, of course, both of these moments need to be captured, and the best way to do this is to lock in a static shot or a tripod if you're a solo filmmaker on the actual moment, say the first dance, and then have a roamer camera on yourself. That way you can capture all the different reactions throughout the day, and you can do some cutaways on the dance and the actual moment unfolding as well. #9, overpromising and undervaluing my work. Now, I'm a big believer in overpromising and over-delivering, but only within reason. You have to know your limits. You have to set boundaries in your business, because if you don't and you overpromise and you can't deliver, then you're just left with a lot of broken promises and couples feeling very discouraged. And undervaluing yourself just to book the couple, overworking yourself, and just resenting your decision to be a wedding videographer in the first place. It was one of the worst mistakes that I made, but it was a necessary mistake, I will say. It's one of the things I feel like in wedding filmmaking that's like a rite of passage. You're gonna undervalue yourself, you're gonna overwork yourself, but it's going to teach you valuable lessons on setting those boundaries and understanding how to properly charge your worth. Now, I always say that luck happens when preparation meets opportunity. When you're prepared and present in a moment, you can easily navigate it stress-free. Versus when you don't know what's happening, it's going to create a lot of friction, a lot of anxiety, you're going to get in your head, and it's easier to make mistakes. So take the time to do your due diligence, connect with the planner, connect with the couple, making sure that all the logistics are taken care of so that you know exactly what the couple is expecting from you, and you know exactly what's going to be happening on the wedding day. And #11 is experimenting too often. Now, this one is one of my favorites because it's one of those very fine lines when it comes to wedding filmmaking and just creating art in general. Yes, it's important to experiment, but you don't want to over-experiment. Because if you over-experiment, then there's really no consistency. There's no cohesion within your work or in your brand, and you'll have this incredible disconnect with how you even look at the types of films that you like making, because you're kind of an amalgam of so many different people, so many different styles, that there's really no distinction. This happened to me with my first brand, Carolina Story Film Company. At the end of the day, when I looked at my brand, I felt like it just wasn't truly me. I felt like I was creating films that was the brainchild of someone else entirely, or I was trying to be someone that I just wasn't. And that led to just feeling super inadequate about my work and this huge disconnect. So to that, you want to stay true to yourself in everything you create. Don't worry about other people. Yes, experiment, but refine those experiments so that at the end of that experimentation, you'll have a product that feels truly unique and all your own. Thanks so much for watching the 11 mistakes I hope and pray I never make again. If you're liking these videos so far, I'd love to hear from you, so drop a comment below. If you haven't signed up, I'd love to see you over there. There is a link down in the description, and I appreciate you taking the time. Stick around for tomorrow's video, all about if beginners did this one thing, it'd be 10 times better. So I will see you guys then. Until next time, keep creating and telling beautiful stories. Peace.
Honey, I just wanna call